Welcome to Pixology 101, guys. Professor Rod here at the helm of Final Fantasy 15 episode Duscae, whatever. I'm here with Professor Devin.
Duscae is how I've been saying it. I don't know if that's right or not.
And Professor Nate.
I pronounce it Duscae because it sounds cool.
All right, let's get Duscae.
Sounds cool too. I don't know.
New game.
So, of the three people in the room, only two of them have actually, or only one of them has actually played this. I have played maybe like 30 minutes of it. I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan. There's a couple of them I like. Oh yeah, the load times are atrocious. You'll get to know this in a second.
This better not be the majority of the episode. This is loading screen.
No, it takes probably like a minute or two. I don't really like Final Fantasy. I like Final Fantasy 4, 6, the American 6, the Japanese 3, 10. That's pretty much it. Tactics. I love Tactics.
Tactics?
8. There we go. Those are my Final Fantasies. But I really like this one. I was looking forward to this, and the demo left me pleasantly excited for what's to come. What do you guys think? What are your Final Fantasy games that you like?
Well, my personal favorite is 9. I've played pretty much all of them, except for like 13-2, 13-3, but other than that, I've played all the main numbered ones. I didn't like 13 at all.
Lightning.
Yeah, it was linear. It took away all the combat, and it was just no fun. So I was really looking forward to 15 because it actually looks like you'd be a little bit more in control. Plus, 13 had a crazy, out of control story that I'm not even sure what. I beat the game and I don't even know what happened.
Let's not talk about 13 anymore.
Is this the first one that has a female Cid? This 15.
Yes. Oh, I didn't know what that had to do with it. Yeah, it is.
Sydney. Clever.
But no, I
Nope.
Yeah, Final Fantasy's not really my series.
Well, I picked up the
for
controller
this.
in anticipation, but I forgot I'm playing a Final Fantasy game, so I'm going to have to wait for the cutscene. Is this an engine? Oh, well, it's a demo, so I can forgive the hair.
It's a combination.
Cell phones and Final Fantasy.
Yeah, is this Final Fantasy?
This cutscene really pisses me off because literally like 90% of it is just them listening to this cell phone alarm go off.
Couldn't the dude standing up just say, "Wake up"? Get up, get up.
But
What's with Japanese games starting with people waking up? Like, this is how Ocarina of Time started.
Yeah.
So, what I've played of this so far, I really like it. I think it's really cool. The two things I hated about Final Fantasy in general were, at least once they got to the 3D era, long, excessive cutscenes and turn-based combat. I've always hated turn-based combat unless I'm playing a strategy RPG. Where this one, it's live action. It feels much better. It feels more natural. I just like this one a lot. I like the way it plays. I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. And so far, I've liked what little bit of story you get.
Hey, is this supposed to be the main character?
Yeah, he's so Rise and shine. You can also switch it into Japanese if you wanted to hear it more authentically, by the way.
Is that subtitles?
Yes, English subtitles. No, this is really cool. Like, I like the effort they put into this demo. It really gives a good feeling of the world. Like I said, the combat is seriously much better than anything I've played in Final Fantasy before this, except for Tactics. Tactics is hands down the best Final Fantasy game, period.
Tactics. Isn't that like Fire Emblem style?
It's a strategy RPG done in the style of like Tactics Ogre or Fire Emblem. I love it. Tactics is seriously my favorite Fire Emblem.
See, you don't like turn-based combat. I actually really enjoyed turn-based combat, especially after what they did with Final Fantasy, and when they took it away from turn-based combat, all of a sudden it just fell apart.
It felt wrong.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting then to see your reaction to this. This is definitely not traditional Final Fantasy.
I'm open to like new things. Like if they want to try something new with this, I'm open to that. It doesn't have to be turn-based combat to be Final Fantasy, but if they're going to do something, I want it to be fun.
That is the worst bedhead ever.
No, they're Japanese hairstyles. That's their only hairstyles, bedhead. But that raises a good point, Nate. What makes a Final Fantasy game? Is it the whole setting, the story? Oh my god, that's bad.
Yeah, it's choppy.
It's a bit choppy.
It's a demo.
That was literally right there.
We're in for some chop.
But going back to my question, what do you think makes a Final Fantasy game? What are the criteria for that?
That's a really good question because every Final Fantasy is different. It takes place in a different world, has different sets of characters, but it has similar themes. Which,
well, the main theme is it's a ragtag group of all these people that band together. There's like a greater corporation, evil force that they fight against, and there's like this one end game. There's always this one end game thing that you have to destroy at the end.
You kill God.
You basically killed God. Oh.
Well, that's describing basically every Japanese RPG in general, not just Final Fantasy. But I think when people think of the Japanese,
let you walk yet.
I can't walk.
No, you can't. That's what I just said. You have to
but it said move.
Hold your horses, all right?
Okay.
Final Fantasy wants to tell you what it wants you to do.
Oh, okay.
And then you get to do it. Look around, you idiot.
The
game
sun
assumes you can't do that.
Oh, no, that's nice.
Now you can move.
Yay!
I hated this. I was really confused at the beginning like you. I'm like, why can't I just run? It's just a world. Let me do that. I know how to control a game.
I do like that the game already looks more open than Final Fantasy 13 ever was.
It's better in everything than Final Fantasy 13 ever was.
Well, this was originally Final Fantasy Versus 13, which was announced around the same time as 13.
2009.
Yeah.
And here we are in 2015, so only 6 years later.
Well, hopefully...
Or no. Was it even before that? I think this game's been announced for like 9 years.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it got announced soon around when 13 got announced.
Who's going to read this sign in the middle of nowhere? Like, we're like in the middle of nowhere.
It just assumes the player will come up to this. Notice that you get 25,000 gil.
Oh,
you
yeah.
only need 24,000.
Gil is the currency of Final Fantasy.
Yep.
Going to what you said earlier, though, I think a continuing trend among all Final Fantasies is the...
should I? Nah, let's just go in it.
I would have suggested doing it, but yes.
Nope. We're just going in it.
Too late. You're already in.
Look at that face.
I will say that combat training was one of the most boring things I did, but it was good to do.
Here, let me see.
Learn something.
Drive. Wow, that's cool. You can just drive around. I remember you always had to rent a car.
Hopefully, they haven't completely got rid of chocobos.
Every Final Fantasy does contain an Enterprise. We'll come pick you up. Just like drive up to you.
So what am I supposed to do? Go kill this thing over there?
No, you're supposed to go where it shows you to go. I don't even remember.
Oh, I have to read it again?
Yeah, you have to read it again, and then I think it gives you a destination.
Yeah, nearby woods. I guess I have to go in the nearby woods.
So now look at your map.
Map? Oh, there's nothing... A behemoth... Oh, yeah, it gave me a quest. Set destination. Let's set destination towards Deadeye's Den. Oh, it's over there, but there's nothing on my screen or anything. Oh, there we go. Let's go to this radio tower full of monsters right here. Even for an alpha, I'm surprised at how large this world is, just for one part of the game. Oh.
This creature is known as a saber tusk. It skewers prey with its tusks, extracting game from the safety and comfort of burrows.
Who's this British man?
He's the
glasses guy?
dude. I'm doing this movement like a shark fin. He has a shark fin haircut. You'll see him.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, shark fin. Good old shark fin.
Alright, time to just blindly go into this.
25,000 gil. For that you get the head, the tail.
When the red bars... Oh, combat hasn't begun yet. It hasn't begun yet.
It has begun.
Not yet. It has to cross the screen. There we go.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, it said it had to cross the screen. What am I doing? Oh, X. There we go. Oh, I'm getting beat up. I'm getting... Oh! Yeah! Die, you saber thing.
It's somewhat similar.
Hey, help out, guy with the sword.
Final Fantasy 12, in the fact that you can see the enemies on the screen.
This guy with the sword is not helping. Oh, he has
like
a gun?
random battles.
I want a gun. Oops. Let's try out different... Oh, Y is the techniques. Okay.
Ooh. So what did you think of the combat damage? Did you actually experience this a little bit?
So again, I like this
Dragon.
a lot. I like the actual combat when you're in combat. But as I'm sure
focus.
I'm sure Rod will find out here in just a couple seconds, there's a couple things about combat
Oh,
that
what
I
the?
really don't like. First and foremost, you just attack with your basic weapons using, I believe it's X. You swing your swords.
All's well that ends well.
If you look down in the left-hand corner, you'll see his mana, his MP. It drains when you use special swords or certain attacks, like Tempest. When you use that sword, it drains based off that.
There's a sign.
Your MP drains incredibly quickly,
Same sign.
and it comes back relatively slowly. You have to stay out of using MP for a couple seconds to kind of get it. Or, you have another option. LB, take cover.
There's no door. There's no door to that house.
The actual combat itself is fun.
Whoa.
The fact that you spend 75% of it cowering behind rocks waiting for your mana to come back to use special swords is not.
So it's like...
You'll see it if he runs out of mana. There's a drain state where he'll kind of go down on one knee for a second, and then the game will tell you to take cover.
So they turned Final Fantasy into Call of Duty.
So apparently I can
regain health.
level
In
up.
this case, mana.
Yes, but you can only level up when you're at a campsite. You can't do it right now. Now, in here, you can see he has the different swords and spears he has available. But if he clicks these, or if he adjusts through them, you can actually choose a different weapon. You can equip different swords, and those different swords give you different abilities. So he can change the basic channel. He does X, 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 X. He swings Avenger. He can switch it out, so it's like Avenger, and then Blood Sword, and then Tempest, and then Partisan. So he can switch all the weapons into individual things, or he can switch the weapons into, all the same attack with a heavy finisher. There's a lot of cool ways to vary up the combat based off of what I saw, but like I said, there's a heck of a lot of crouching behind boulders and waiting.
Whoa, the sign's actually in English.
Now, when you...
I don't know that I would. Oh yeah, C-A-U-I-T or C-A-U-T-I-O-N. Nice misspelling of caution there. For me.
Now, what about your allies? Do you get to pick which weapons they're going to use? Do you ever get to control them ever?
Not that I've found out. You don't control them. They work autonomously from you. However, they will interact with you, and you can interact with them. You cannot go for a swim.
Aww.
No swimming.
I was thinking like a giant monster was going to come out.
Yeah, pool's closed on this one. Like, they don't let you go anywhere near there.
I'm not gonna piss off the buffalo here.
They're not super hard to kill, but...
Oh, really?
I'm assuming some of these are tame until you kill them.
Yeah, these enemies won't touch you at all.
Hi. What if I just chill here? Oh, he doesn't care.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen. They won't go into aggravated or attack mode at all. The only forces that attack you that I saw in the demo and the time that I played it were those dog things, those enemies, or those large cow-looking things that you just saw. If you attack them, like cow rhinos, I guess. And then soldiers.
Oh my god. It's like Godzilla.
Oh, that's cool. So you're kind of tracking this animal.
Yeah.
It's almost like the hunts in Final Fantasy 12, where you kind of had to track them.
Yep.
I remember some of those later ones were really, really difficult.
12 wasn't a bad game. I didn't mention it earlier, I don't believe, but it's not a bad game.
I don't need to set
I just didn't
destination.
play as much of it as I would have liked.
I thought it was okay. It wasn't my favorite. It didn't have like turn. It sort of kind of had turn-based combat, but it sort of kind of did. You could 11, the one before that was an MMO, so you could tell that they were working on an MMO because
It's probably feeding.
it functioned like an MMO.
It really did.
Let's go to the feeding site first.
So yeah, the actual mechanics. Well, it's gonna.
What
What
the?
the heck?
The Imperial Army.
Magitech?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, which I thought this was interesting. There's a lot of references in this one.
Their own exploding hearts?
Yeah, hit X.
The
I thought
ship-
it froze for a second. There's a lot of references in this one to Final Fantasy VI.
Uh-oh.
Surprisingly, or at least like kind of hints.
Oh my
at it.
god.
Well, there's been a lot of like Magitech stuff. Like they'll reuse like themes
Hello.
and words and stuff in other Final
Hello.
Fantasies. The only
You like
that ship
this?
looked very
Oh, what?
like, basic, and Final Fantasy is known for like crazy design. Like even in 12, like all the ships look really freaking badass.
That's actually
in
one
that
of the
game.
things I liked about this game is it has a very
Oof.
relatively
I killed the Banner Man.
relatively partisan design to a lot of the Imperials. Like it gives the idea of a very utilitarian empire. It looks cool. I like it a lot.
Well, one of the themes, like you guys were asking what makes Final Fantasy. One of the big themes is
Parry.
magic and how it's forbidden.
Oh yes.
And it's kind of like a big, huge destructive force. Like in 6, you said you really like 6. Magic was something that wasn't around anymore because there was this giant like mage war that basically destroyed the world, and then this empire is trying to bring this magic back.
To answer your kind of quasi question there, Rod, you can parry in this game. It works. I guess I would describe it as working similar to like Dark Souls or Bloodborne, where you have to hit the X button right as their swing's about to connect. You bounce it away. I mean, there's lots of games that have done.
So it's my basic attack right when they're swinging at me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or no. I think it's like LB and then your basic attack.
LB?
I don't remember. It's some button combo. Oh, and the cool warping that you've seen in the demos so far, where he like summons the swords and throws them and teleports. You can only do that, as far as I have figured out, in combat.
Dragon scales.
Yeah, you can't do that just wherever you want.
I gotta find Behemoth, but there's a huge mountain in my way.
Yeah, well.
Take cover. I ain't taking cover. I ain't no pansy.
Running through.
Can you use your car in the demo? Because I've seen the car a lot in
the
gameplay
car
videos
is
and
broken.
stuff.
That's the whole point of this demo.
Oh,
is you're
okay.
trying to fix it.
I see.
Yeah, Sid is actually.
Sydney
is the one repairing it. They just call her Sid. Everyone calls her Sid.
Everyone calls Sid Sid.
There's another thing that what makes the game Final Fantasy. You have to have a character
What?
named Sid.
What? What was that? Oh, what's that?
Maybe a hidden enemy? Like
Oh,
from the trees or something?
well, no, I don't. I'm gonna be.
Something though. This is
Look at that battle. That was a hard fought battle, guys. It's an 8-second
We
battle.
lost many men, and our cowardice run away.
Back here.
Can you like sneak up on enemies and get a first strike or something?
Oh
like
my
that?
god. Are you kidding me right now?
I'll be honest, I tried a couple times and I was never able to pull it off. You know, I don't think that you're actually going to see...
Oh, goodness.
Because he hasn't really used
Is that
this
like
skill.
flourish? Like the gold flourish that you see sometimes? Is
Where'd
that
I go?
when
There
you're
you
supposed
go.
to parry?
Now look, he only has 28 MP left. I'll answer that in a second.
Oh, come on.
But he only has 28 MP left, so if he tries to use anything, like a warp strike,
Yeah, he just used...
he only has 6 left. So if he tries to warp again, he's out of mana. And he'll go into a stunned state or a wasted state. Yeah, you only have 2 MP right now. And you have to take...
Status boost.
Yep,
I have
you have to camp.
Oh, for XP boost. Yeah.
Day-night cycle. That gold flourish is, if I recall correctly, the parry. That's going to be like right before they attack you, you can knock it away.
I see.
Yeah, if you want to level up, you have to go to camp. It's interesting. It's definitely a different take on like a traditional Final Fantasy feel. The little green one. Yeah.
I definitely want to go to one of these camps. Oh, prowling site. We'll go here first.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting because you don't see cars a whole lot in Final Fantasy. I mean, like Final Fantasy 7, it had cars and stuff, but they were all weird looking cars.
Yeah.
It didn't look modern. This looks
Yeah.
very modern.
It is very modern. There's a lot of modern aesthetic, and you can even get to the highway and see the cars here.
Chest lights. Interesting.
It is interesting. I do like that there's a day-night cycle too. That's kind of cool.
Oh
I've never seen a Final Fantasy with a day-night cycle.
Ooh. This Godzilla be lurking. I have to set these destinations. This is kind of annoying.
You can just go to them naturally.
Well, yeah.
Open world, explore it out.
Oh, more dogs.
Oh, and at night it is harder to see enemies. They can see you a little bit easier. They can also
Final
attack
ball,
you.
Chocobo.
Ooh, Chocobo. I'm excited.
Dragoon jump. Excuse me. Oh, why? Why?
Boom.
Why?
49 MP left.
Did you just get on his back and just shoot from?
Yeah, no, they do like really cool
Get
skirmishes.
you, son of a! Where'd he go? Oh my god!
yeah.
I know.
There you go.
Stupid saber.
Yeah,
tusk.
it definitely looks like you can't see very far at night.
No, and that's kind of cool too. I like the feeling that it gives them more of a claustrophobic.
Does this universe have no moon?
Now,
Oh
when
my
you
God.
set up camp, do you have to go to like a designated
There's
area to
one
set
right
up
there.
camp, or
Yes, you do.
you can't just set up camp anywhere?
No, you can't drop it anyway. There are specific campsites, at least in the demo. Maybe in the full game it'll be different. Like you can buy a tent. And
Yeah,
then
probably
go
like you
anywhere.
could buy tents or something like that if you have to do it for. What is
Do
that?
tents fully restore your HP?
Am I out of stamina?
Yeah. I don't know what
It's
that
a,
is.
it's a UFO.
Right? Those GTA UFOs. Turns out Turns out Noctis is just high the entire game. Speaking of weird theories for Final Fantasy, I know it bothered you too with the Final Fantasy VIII Squall is dead. There was actually a really cool, I guess, fan deconstruction online where it went through and implies that all of the Final Fantasies, every one of the protagonists is either dying or in their last moments of life, and your Final Fantasy is actually their escape before they die.
The literal Final Fantasy.
Yeah, literal Final Fantasy.
Is this a camp
Yep,
location?
This is a campsite.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you can rest if you want.
Incomplete side quests will be abandoned.
this
Today's
menu here?
Oh yeah, those are the boosts that they were talking about.
Oh.
You'll get fresh and immune. That's your today's buff. Supposedly in the final game you'll be able to set it up.
Whoa, what is that?
Yeah,
Is that a
that's-
car on the
that's a
highway?
car.
Yeah, those are cars.
That's cool.
It's not your grandpa's Final Fantasy, kiddos.
That's definitely
It's the
interesting.
new radical Final Fantasy.
Cars! Help!
You can just go, just hitchhike.
That would be an
This one's
invention.
interesting. Like I feel like there's a lot of potential here. I'm really excited to see what this world brings. Because for the first time in years, for the first time really since Final Fantasy X, that I think about it, I feel like there's kind of a breath of fresh air in the series.
Yeah.
11 was okay. 12 was good, but 12 was very traditional. I love 12 because it was set in Ivalance, which was Final Fantasy Tactics' hometown.
12 reminded me a lot of like Star Wars.
Yes.
Just the story and the characters, and I really like that. That was really cool.
Final Fantasy 13, 13.2, and 13.3 are probably in the top 10 worst games I've ever played. None of those games are fun. They all suck. I really can't stand those ones. Then Final Fantasy 14, I played the MMO when it first launched, and it was like, I've heard the rebooted one's good, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
I haven't played any of the MMO Final Fantasies. I'm not really an MMO kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm not an MMO kind
So
of guy.
really, this is the first Final Fantasy since 10 that I've actively wanted.
Ugh.
I really hope it's not as disappointing, for me at least, as some of the previous ones were. I played 7 relatively late.
We did
I played
it.
8 before 7, and then I played 7 retroactively. I didn't like 7. 6 is awesome. 9 is good, but I didn't beat it, I'll be honest. What I played of 9 is good. I got through, I would say 60 to 70% of that game, and I really did like it, but I didn't own a PS1 at the time, so how was I going to play it other than emulation, and I didn't like it. Felt like garbage.
This reminds me of Slender Man.
As a series,
Just running in the woods.
I really have a lot of hope for this particular.
Let's do this. Oh, what?
I'm really intrigued. Like, I'm a Final Fantasy fan, and the only reason I really beat 13 was because I'm a fan of the series.
What the?
I wanted to beat it because I've beaten every other one.
Am I poisoned?
But nothing was really
I'm
driving
poisoned.
me to beat it. Like, I didn't care about the story. I didn't care about the characters.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that 15.
What is this? Who's a little
I'll
imp
care about the
things?
story. It'll actually be a
Those
story I can
are
follow.
trolls, or not trolls. What are those things?
Stab
Are
it.
they imps?
I can't
What are
even
they
see. I
called
can't
in the
even
old
see
Final
them.
Fantasies?
I'm poisoned.
Oh,
Ow.
Goblin?
they look like goblins.
Potion lost. They just stole something of mine.
Yeah.
How do I use items? Oh, item.
Potion. There we go.
Oh, wait, antidote. I gotta use an antidote first.
Oh, yeah, you're poisoned?
And there's this.
I do like that you can pause to use items.
Yeah.
That is kind of nice.
Oh, you die, you stupid little goblin thing.
I love how the goblins. I love how a lot of the enemies look in this game.
Yeah, it looks like a lawn gnome.
Freaking asshole. Oh my god, there's another one.
These Keebler elves are just trying to greet the people running into their forest.
Oh.
Kids Lance, snap, crackle, and pop just got murdered so hard.
Oh yeah, like that's a friendly face right there.
And look, they're
It's
dissolving
not
in that
dead.
black.
Oh my god, there's more!
Oh, yeah.
There's more
Goblins.
Keebler elves out here. Die.
This
Freaking
woodland fairy tale is
Yeah,
going
murder.
so horribly wrong.
remember this.
You really like that.
There's a straight up stab. Are you kidding me?
Well, you're in the Goblin Kingdom here.
Oh, I missed.
You're next.
Now, do your characters have
Give me your health.
classes in this, or is it more of which weapons they use kind of
It's
thing?
which weapons they use. I mean, technically, the guy with the big sword is like a tank. That dude's more of like an archer or gunner. And then the last guy's kind of like a healer/support. But it's pretty much,
Hey, boy.
you know, it is what it is.
Alright, what?
Is it more goblins?
How are you getting caught again, dude?
Nut up or shut
You
up?
don't have to go back there to fight that guy.
Whoa, that is
That's different.
a mean looking guy. Oh my god. Let's do 10. No.
I wonder what the boss fights are going to be like in this.
How do you think this controls? We got to get going soon, but before we leave, how do you think this controls, Rob? What do you?
I'm
how does
getting
it feel?
really annoyed at how slow it is to turn around the camera around. That's for sure.
You
And
hit
if
right
I,
bumper, you'll always focus to.
yeah, I have been holding the right button the entire time.
No, just tap it. Hard tap.
Oh, there we go. I've been holding it down. That was my mistake. Oh my god, there's more
More
elves.
goblins.
Goblins are back.
Frickin'
They
Oh
love
my
you so
God.
much. Yeah, he really hasn't drained mana, but
You just gotta play conservatively, I guess.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Well, I'm assuming as you level up too, you'll get more mana.
I don't
Obviously,
care
you'll
about
get more
that
attacks
elf.
that use more mana, but you'll get more. Because that was always a
Why is
problem
there
with
some
the turn-based games.
Oops,
Like,
hold up, here you go. He's in danger state, so now one of them have to pick him up and heal him. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, that's fine.
But no, you can't heal. You can't heal yourself that I know of. I think you have to wait for one of them to pick you up. Oh, you can?
Oh, okay.
God, I would have saved so much time.
That was weird.
Yeah, back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
When you were low level in the older Final Fantasy games that were turn-based, you had to wait forever for your meter to go up before you could take your turn. And then as you leveled, that got faster and faster as your speed
Die,
went up.
you freaking goblin. How many strikes are you gonna take? Just die. I have you against a tree. Oh my god.
Now, is there any way to like parry or to like make like bust
Whoa.
his break his defense or
500.
like flank or anything like that in this game?
There is a way to do it, but as I understand, like there's a skill you can get. I don't know what it does. Like I said, I haven't had enough time to really get a good idea of this.
Is there a way to do those abilities faster? Why are there...
Oh
Oh,
my god, you're in a bad way here.
Yeah, I see.
Ugh.
And see, the problem is he's not really using his abilities while he's fighting.
No, he's just kind of
The
button
trait
mashing.
is, if he uses his abilities, he would be killing these things much quicker. But the flip side of that is you drain mana so quick.
And then you'd have to go take
I
cover. to
miss
gain
these
your mana
people,
back.
too. Like the timing. They're still here! This
Yeah.
fight is not over! What are you talking about, game?
It considers that you ran.
I'm trying... You kidding me? Oh, this thing is running around in a circle around me.
The dude with the big sword is really just mad.
Yeah, he's just kind of
Okay,
standing
so
there.
yeah. So he's got that drain blade.
Oh my... I can't lock on anyone consistently.
There you go.
What the? What the? I'm just pressing.
Having some trouble.
Oh my goodness.
That's
These.
what a lot of this. If I had to sum this demo up, if I had to sum up what I played at Final Fantasy 15, it was a lot of fun with a lot of troubles.
Well, hopefully this is all just kind of like.
Oh, there we go.
demo
Actually
woes.
stayed
Like,
on it.
They'll iron it out as they go.
Definitely.
Oh, I'm just gonna do this now.
Well, guys, I think we'll have to leave it here. Any closing thoughts? Anything you guys are feeling? I know I said that before, but we really gotta leave it this time.
Well, I do like this demo, but at the same time, the combat is a bit clunky, and the camera controls are too slow to respond to the combat itself. It's getting quite annoying having to slowly move the joysticks to engage, and at the same time, I'm getting constantly engaged in this forest. These guys are not dying, or
Well, I'm assuming because you're out at night. I'm assuming
Yeah,
people are going to be more hostile. There's going to be more.
increases.
Yeah,
You're really
more
supposed to be
monsters, so.
resting at this time.
oh.
And then like maybe when you level up, or like if you want to grind, I guess it's probably better at night. But you're like level 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
So
You Nate, what do you think of this? Like, does it look like Final Fantasy 15 as you wanted it, or does it look like maybe a Final Fantasy 15 you'd be interested in?
I'm very intrigued by this. I really want to play it because I'm excited. I'm really excited after like 13 was such a disappointment. I really want there to be another good Final Fantasy that I can just sit there and play and just have a great time with.
I can just hold down the X button.
Well, that's interesting.
Okay, guys. Well, we'll catch you again. Thanks for joining us on Pixelology 101. We took this quick look at Final Fantasy 15 episode Duscae.
Kimmy Goblin. You Kimmy Goblin.
Type 0 HD channel. Type 0 HD. You're like so bad at this goblin. You get it through Type 0 HD. Long story short. And if you guys want to try it out, I hope you have fun with it. Catch you next time.